Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of The Fishing Teacher, and thank you very much for joining us for today's video. Guys, today we're going to be talking about some of my favorite cold water baits and give you guys an easy way to catch fish on them, because we're going to talk specifically about blade baits and spoons. And I think a lot of people, especially when you're getting into fishing, you don't know a lot about bass fishing, the spoons and the blade baits like this, a lot of people I think are a little bit intimidated by it, and it's really easy. It's easy to catch fish on them. So I'm going to explain to you guys how I go about it and how you can apply it to your fishing and catch some good fish this winter on it, because it's definitely a great way to catch them. So we are getting winter, guys. I just want to remind you, since it is winter, we've got our Fish the Moment lake map breakdowns for the winter months up on the website now. If you guys are wanting to find some good winter spots to go throw blade baits and spoons or jerk baits, this is a good resource for it. So I'll put that lake map breakdown link in the description of this video. I much appreciate you guys checking that out. Okay, guys, the three baits I want to talk about here are my three favorite cold water metal baits. And the first one is this is the Megabass Dyna Response blade bait. This is like a metal vibrating lure. Like it's sort of like it feels like a rattle trap when you throw it in the water, and if you reel it in, it's got that same hard vibration like a rattle trap. And the way that you fish this right here is you'll throw it, and I'm going to talk about the areas here and how easy it is, but you basically throw it out there, you're letting it go to the bottom, and you just pump it off the bottom, maybe 2 or 3 feet off the bottom. And when you pump it, it vibrates on the way up, and it falls down real quick, and then vibrates on the way down, vibrates on the way up, and just falls real quick on the way down. And you trigger a lot of strikes like that. And also, guys, if you want to try a couple of these, I'll put my Tackle Warehouse link in the description with all these baits. You guys can try some there on that. But the Dyna Response blade bait is my favorite, followed by just the old school jig and spoon. This is just a 3/4 ounce generic silver jig and spoon. They come in several different sizes, 1/8 ounce, quarter, 3/4. I like the 3/4 in the winter simply because you can get it down deeper faster. And it's the same thing as like with the blade bait. You're throwing it out there, let it go to the bottom, and you're just pumping it up off the bottom. And you just pump it off the bottom and it flutters down. Sort of resembles a dying shad as it flutters back down. And then the final one is just an old tail spinner. This is just an old Little George. It's lead bait, super heavy. Same way, guys. You pump it off the bottom. The tail spins like that. It falls down, just like an injured bait fish. So these are the three: Dyna Response, the tail spinner, and the spoon. Now, when we're talking about how it's easy to catch fish on these things, this is how easy it is. In the wintertime, one of the most basic, easiest ways to catch fish on any lure out there is to fish main lake points. If you guys have a man-made lake, there's going to be main lake points on it. Depending upon what part of the country you're in. If you're in a lake like Lake Hartwell, you may have main lake points that are made out of clay. If you're in my part of the country, it could be pea gravel or rock. Some places are different varieties of rock. But main lake points are the #1 structure to catch bass off in the winter time of the year. And all you do with these, this is how simple it is. Just get out on those points, and based upon your water clarity is how deep you want to fish. Say, for example, if your water clarity, if your water clarity is under 3 feet, guys, don't even waste your time, because these type of lures aren't going to work very good. But if you have water visibility over 3 feet, I don't care if it's 3 feet or 20-foot clarity, this is going to work. But say, for example, if you've got that water visibility in that 3 to 5 foot zone, get out there get out on the ends of the points and just go out there until you hit about 20 to 30 foot of water. And once and start working, say 20 feet, 25 and 30, stay out there on the ends of those points and just pitch those blade baits and spoons, like pitch it 10 foot in front of the boat. Let it free spool to the bottom. Usually I'm using like a 7-foot medium heavy rod, 15-pound test Seaguard Vizex line. Pitch it out there 10 foot in front of the boat, free spool the line down. Once your line goes slack and it hits the bottom, just pop it up off the bottom, maybe 2 or 3 feet. Pop it off the bottom, let it go back down. And do that maybe, 8 or 10 times. If you don't catch a fish, reel your bait in and move over maybe like another 10 feet, pitch it 10 foot off to the right or 10 feet off the left. Do the same thing, free spool it down, let it go down. And if the water's clear, you just move out deeper. Say If say if the lake you're fishing is really clear, say you've got 6, 7, 8, 10 foot of clarity on the lake, get out there in 35 to 50 feet of water. Do the same thing. Work the ends of the points and just to the sides of the points, pitching those blade baits and spoons out there, letting them go to the bottom, pumping them off the bottom. Now, sometimes the fish are going to be suspended and sometimes they're going to be on the bottom. But most of the time in the middle of the winter, they're going to be on the bottom unless you have some type of submerged timber. If you have submerged timber out on those points, those fish can be suspended a lot of times. And also sometimes early in the winter and late in the winter, they'll suspend out on them. But in the dead of the winter, a lot of those fish like to get right on that bottom down there. So that's how I catch them with. But it's easy to do, guys. There's main lake points are on every lake out there. Just get on a main lake point. You know, get you, if I had two pieces of advice, get you one of the Dyna Responses, Mega Bass, get you a jig and spoon, pretty much all you need, and just run points all day. You may fish 10 points and not get a bite, and then you may pull up to 1 point and catch 8 or 10 fish off of it. But pretty easy to do. Don't let it intimidate you. It's once you catch a few fish doing it, it'll click like that. You'll just say, "Oh, that wasn't hard. That was easy. I can do this all day long." So, just anyway, I hope it helps you guys catch a few. We'll talk later.